Bryce Mitchell has issued an apology for his remarks on his podcast earlier this week where he defended Adolf. During the episode, Mitchell referred to him as a good guy who fought for his country and also denied the occurrence of the Holocaust. In response to the backlash, Bryce has now released a statement expressing regret for his comments, writing, "I'm sorry I sounded insensitive. I definitely was not trying to offend anybody, but I know I did. I know that a lot of people died in the Holocaust, and that's a fact. Hitler did a lot of evil things. I think we can all agree on that. I'm definitely not and definitely do not condone any of the evil things he did. In the future, I will be much more considerate when talking about the suffering of all people." Michael Bisping has shared his honest take on Israel Adesanya's future after TKO loss at Saturday's UFC Saudi Arabia. During the post-fight show, Bisping praised Adesanya for everything he's done in his career, but it's likely that he's never going to climb back to the top of the mountain again. He said, "The biggest takeaway is that it's over. Israel Adesanya's reign as champion, I don't think will come again. I say that with the greatest of respect, and I truly mean that. An original, an incredible fighter, a legend of the sport, a future Hall of Famer. But his time at the top is done." It's tough to argue against Bisping's logic given Adesanya's 3-fight losing streak coupled with the fact that he's turning 36 later this year and time waits for no one in this sport. Bisping continued, "The career that he's had is legendary, but more importantly, the man's an original. The man is unique. Yes, we've seen great kickboxers and we'll see more great kickboxers, but the people that have the flair, the charisma, did they put on the show that Israel Adesanya does? Yeah, okay, the knockouts are memorable, they're incredible, they're amazing, right? When you combine it with everything else, I mean the man's an absolute superstar. He really is. Of course, the second best middleweight of all time, without a shadow of a doubt." After his recent loss to Nassourdine Imavov, Israel Adesanya has shared a video showing how he's been making the most of his time and staying positive. In the footage, Adesanya is seen visiting Diriyah, a historic city in Saudi Arabia known for its cultural significance and beautiful architecture.
Cheers, Khan.
Where are we now in this one?
Aljamain Sterling and Petr Yan will square off for the third time, this time in a coaching capacity. The two-time UFC Bantamweight Championship opponents will serve as coaches on Russian reality TV series similar to The Ultimate Fighter. Sterling steps in as a replacement for longtime teammate and friend, along with the current UFC 135-pound champion.
Вручает Оскара.
Petr Yan заряжен, жестко заряжен. Aljo, go, вперед. Ждем бойцов.
Nassourdine Imavov and UFC newcomer Bogdan Grad both scored pivotal wins on Saturday, and they're heading home with extra $50,000 bonuses. After dropping the first round, Grad outlasted Lucas Alexander in round 2, en route to a ground-and-pound knockout win. Grad also took 30% of Alexander's purse prior to the fight when Alexander weighed in 2.5 pounds over the featherweight limit. The UFC has released a clip showing Grad's reaction when he learns he's earned a $50,000 performance of the night bonus for his UFC debut.
Bogey, they said that you won performance of the night, bro. How'd you feel about that?
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
is that a joke?
No? No, you won performance of the night, baby. Yeah. Congrats, bro.
They are amazing. UFC is the best in the world.
UFC bantamweight contender Cory Sandhagen had a little heart attack yesterday. In a video posted on his social media, Cory said he thought he killed his sparring partner during a recent sparring session.
Little breakdown from sparring. Connor steps in, boom, I hit him hard as shit in the liver with the right knee, okay? He has a fight coming up, alright? Don't feel too bad for him. This is just how it goes.
Strickland still believes he won the first fight against Driccus du Plessis at UFC 297 last year. Speaking to Brett Okamoto of ESPN MMA a few days ahead of his rematch with DDP at UFC 312, Strickland blasted the scoring criteria in the UFC and said that du Plessis did absolutely nothing in their first outing.
It's such a stupid scoring criteria. Like, you could take someone down and keep them down for 5 seconds. How do you even score that? You did nothing. You took me down for 5 seconds, I get up, and now I'm out striking you. The can score that. But it's like, I just don't need validation. I want to fight Driccus because shit wasn't unsettled. I don't give a about the belt. Like, I don't care about that. I want to fight it because it needs to happen and we need to settle it once and for all.
Khabib's ex-bodyguard has been killed in the streets of Melbourne. Khabib was once under the protection of a man named Sam the Punisher Abdul Rahim, who was gunned down in the underground car park at Preston's Quest Hotel in Melbourne's north about 10 a.m. on Tuesday. The former boxer survived several previous attempts on his life. He's been the target of 3 murder contracts, a prison bashing, 3 assaults, a dozen firebombings, and 7 shootings. In one attempted hit, he was shot 8 times and survived, and in another, he escaped a barrage of bullets. The 32-year-old had been living in hiding since 2 shootings at his former family home in Thomastown last year. Khabib employed the services of one of Australia's most wanted men during his trip to Malaysia toward the end of 2024. Abdul Rahim was also an avid boxer. His Instagram account is full of him training, as well as showcasing his highlights of his 8-0 professional boxing career.